Hello and welcome to I Feel Like Rhyming. I am your host, Kevin McCarthy, and we are back again with a look into today's hottest hip-hop news and whatever else is just going on in the world that I deem important enough for me to talk about. We're going to switch to I envision every day, 15 minutes, I'm going to do my thoughts on life and news and everything for 15 minutes every single day. That's the I Feel Like Rhyming show. I just ramble on too much. I'm sorry, it's so easy for me to fill in 15 minutes. I can hear you saying stop talking about the time right now to your computer. So I'm gonna stop right now. I'm about to stop talking about it. I'm just saying it's gonna be 15 minutes from now on. I'm just setting a timer. It's 15 minutes every day so I can check in, use you guys as my therapy tool, as my recovery helper, because it helps me to talk about whatever. And I enjoy this so much. It keeps me sane. Who knows what would happen if I didn't have this time to talk to you guys, my fans, and share with you my viewpoint on our world today, or whatever. I don't know. I guess that sounded good when I wrote it, but kind of sounds corny now. All right, let's dive into it right now. There's a lot to talk about, kind of. A lot that I care about, at least. Starting off, we got Dennis Rodman, 30 for 30 documentary. Will be on tomorrow night on ESPN. Now, it's just crazy to think about, to me personally, that kids are growing up nowadays and they have no idea who Dennis Rodman really even is. They don't even know, what he did, how he truly acted. They know, Dennis Rodman, he was a basketball player. They probably know more that he was on Dr. Drew's Celebrity Rehab. You say Dennis Rodman, they're probably like, oh, the rehab guy, or the alcoholic, or whatever. The gambler, just the weird guy, was what they probably think. But Dennis Rodman was a great basketball player, played with Michael Jordan, won 3 titles with him. He was on the bad boy Detroit Pistons beforehand. Dennis Rodman was a good basketball player, and later on he just started to, get a little experimental. He just tried some things. We all try stuff. We all have one too many drinks. We all might get into a wedding dress and, get married in a wedding dress, a women's wedding dress. It happens to the best of us, is all I'm saying. These are things Dennis Rodman has done. We all get married to CARMEN, ELECTRA, when she's at the height of her singled out fame and career. A beautiful CARMEN ELECTRA, for what it's worth. CARMEN ELECTRA and Jenny McCarthy were my 2 childhood crushes when I first started to like girls, even back in that time. It was Jenny McCarthy and CARMEN ELECTRA were the 2 hottest women in all of the land, and Pamela Anderson. Those 3 I feel like were the top 3 hottest back in the day when I was coming up, the late 90s, early 2000s. And so I used to say Jenny McCarthy was my aunt, actually, a lot. I would, because we both have McCarthy as a last name. I'd tell my friends on the recess schoolyard that Jenny McCarthy was my aunt, man, and she's just, on vacation filming stuff and everything, but she comes back to Connecticut every summer, and, we hang out. I don't know why. My friends believed it. Very gullible bunch, I guess. Very gullible bunch. But, I don't know why I would say that someone I thought was so hot, and we were all looking at Maxim articles. We couldn't get the Playboys yet, but this was when Playboy, actually being in magazines naked, was a thing people were excited about and actually wanted to buy and look at people naked, not moving, not having sex, not doing anything, just sitting there naked. A nice provocative pose, a little. I don't know if that got you hot, but I felt it right there. Anyways, Yeah, so I don't know why I would say Jenny McCarthy is my aunt. We're all sitting there looking at like a magazine talking about how hot she is, and then all of a sudden I bust out she's my aunt, and people believe it and accept it. I mean, no offense to my southern friends, but that's seems like a little too northern of a thing for me to do there, thinking my family members are attractive. It just seems, like I was saying that in the wrong area. I just feel like that'd be a lot more accepted if I were, say, in the Alabama region. I'm just living up to stereotypes. I don't know if that's how it really gets down. Whatever. I love my family too. Just probably not in the same way as you guys do. Just probably not quite as much as you and Angelina Jolie loves her family, say. There's two different levels. There's those levels, and I just love my family, like, give them a nice strong high five. We don't even like to hug that much, I've never been like a kiss on the mouth family unit. We've never been that way, ever, so it's kind of weird. It kind of freaks me out. A lot of people do it. They kiss their mom in the mouth, and even their dad. I don't know. It's never been something that has enticed me to do. I've never been that excited about something that I want to just go in for a nice kiss with my mom. I don't know. Maybe there's a moment coming up if I ever get married. I don't know. We'll see. I guess that's something for my real therapist. But anyways, let's move on to the big topic of the day. Is that 2 days ago on the 7th, it was the 1-year anniversary of Mac Miller's unfortunate passing away. He was one of my favorite artists. I mean, I followed him since the beginning. He was a terrific artist. Like, to see his journey, how he was growing and changing from just being, a battle, like spitting 16s in the lunchroom and just that straight boom bap rap, how many bars can you spit type thing, freestyling on the radio, to becoming this more, it wasn't even like the melodic trap rap, it was just and more introspective about his life, things he's gone through. Like, he went through so much in a short time, and he was just changing as an artist and progressing like more than you normally see. He had wisdom that was incredible for his age, and he was just, it would have been scary to see how far he went in his career. And it's just sad that some of the best artists we lose them, unfortunately, early. Some of the best ones make an early exit, and it's tough to handle. It's unfortunate, Biggie, Pac, but Big L. I mean, there's so many more. There's Stack Bundles, Chinks Drugs. Mac Miller now, XXX. I mean, we lose way too many. One is too many, but Mac Miller hit hard. That one really hit me. Like, that was someone you knew. Like, that was your family, because his music meant so much to me. He was going through an addiction. When I was going through an addiction, music is like my tool of recovery. When I don't go to meetings and things, music can substitute for a meeting, and Mac Miller's music meant a lot. And so they did this 1-year anniversary thing in Blue Slide Park for Mac Miller, where they played his music. All sorts of people gathered around, and Mac Miller's dad came and did a speech on the mic, and he said right away, so they finally caught the motherfucker. They caught Mac Miller's dealer, who had put fentanyl in cocaine, which I do not understand. How do you put a downer, an intense downer, one of the most serious downers, in cocaine and upper? It's meant to only go up. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. This guy chose to do it, and I think I speak for everyone, Mac Miller fans and more, when I say I hope you rot in that jail cell for, I won't say the rest of your life, but I hope you get out a very, very old man. What you took away was more than you took away, joy for people, something that helped people get out of their own struggles with addiction, mental health, whatever. You took away someone a lot that we could have been blessed with, a lot of music, a lot of great memories, a lot of good times. And now we'll never get to see that from Mac Miller anymore. So I think I speak for everyone when I say I hope they give that guy the harshest possible sentence, even life without parole. I will not lose any sleep over. I hope, honestly, would be fine with him getting that. It's not that bad in prison. You just can lay there and watch TV for the rest of your life and think about what you did. I mean, seriously, I'm not joking. I hope he has to live with that regret. I know he already is. He's probably sorry and regretful, but prison's a good place to sit and think and really reminisce on what you've done and feel sorry and change your life. Hopefully it changes his life and everything. I'd love to be on a parole board and see how people's lives change and like if we should really let them out on parole or not. I'd love to do that job. But they caught this guy. His name is Cameron James Pettit. I don't know why Mac Miller was buying drugs off a white kid. That is clearly a white kid. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. All the people Mac Miller was still buying off white people. Apparently, I haven't had a white drug dealer in quite a while. But it's an affirmative action thing. Anyone could be a drug dealer nowadays. It's kind of like being a white rapper, though. It's still rare. You stick out. You're not the norm. I don't think I'm saying some hot take by saying that, but anyways, yeah. So they listened to Mac Miller's music. This guy's been caught. They had a good day, and the dad said he got justice out of knowing the dealer was caught, and that's great to hear. The father seems really cool. That's the saddest part about it. You just think selfishly that, they took away one of your favorite artists. You'll never get to hear his music again. You'll never get to see him on YouTube or Instagram or Snapchat. But they took away a son, a brother, a sister. Not a sister. They took away, a son, a brother, a family member to people that know him as just Malcolm, McCormick. They don't know him as Mac Miller. They know him as Malcolm. And, they took a human being, a person away by their just stupidly mixing their drugs. Like, what's wrong with you? So, it's just incredibly sad. I wanted to go to Blue Slide Park. Blue Slide Park's my favorite Mac Miller album. It's his first debut album on a major label. That was a terrific album. If you haven't heard that yet, it's 20 songs. Usually that's long nowadays. That's 2 or 3 albums nowadays, and full-length songs too. Or he was at least one of the first that wasn't doing the third verse. He would never do a third verse. He even said it on a song. It's been so long since I've done 3 verses on that number 10 on Kids. So he was doing 2 verses. His songs are a little shorter, but just his beats, his retrospective on making music and life. It was fun to watch, great to listen to. It's cool to see, and it's really sad. Really sad. It really touched me watching his dad talk there. They put you how would your dad, look if you passed away, because I deal with depression, and you think about it, and it's tough. So if anyone's struggling, just think about how your parents would feel, or giving a speech or something. Just think about your parents before you do anything to hurt yourself. Because there's more people than just hurting yourself. You're hurting your family, your friends, everyone. And, I'm a big proponent of therapy or mental health, whether pills or marijuana or just talking, whatever you need. I'm a big proponent of mental health stability and dealing with that. I think it's great what everyone's doing for it. Charlemagne, everyone, stamping out that mental health is a problem in hip-hop, as it is everywhere. And if you're struggling, just find someone to talk to, listen to some music, go to a meeting, do something, read a book. Because, I've been in the deep depressions, and like using drugs or a substance or alcohol to make you feel happier, and in the end it never makes you happier. It only makes you sadder. Or it's a temporary solution to a permanent problem, they always say. So it may make you feel good for a little bit, but those problems will still be there when you wake up, and maybe even worse than they were before you started drinking or using. So just think about that. Seek help if you need it. Shout out to Mac Miller. His music will live on. He's, he'll never be forgotten, is all I can say. I got a Life Goes On, Days Get Brighter tattoo for him. That was my timer right there. So that's the end of my time. We're gonna go a little over today, because let's get into some happiness. We'll go 5 minutes over. Set that.